Right, I'm going to show you guys how to take apart a G25. My G25 is a little bit different. It's got a MOMO steering wheel, as you can see. Here is the original steering wheel. You guys can skip over the step if you want. All you got to do, it's the same thing. When I'm removing these, it'll just be this, and you'll have two little connection thingies for these buttons right here. So you just loosen that once you get to that part. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just take these out with an Allen key, and you'll go on to the next part. If you have the aftermarket steering wheel mounted with this little guy, then you just move on to the next part and take this off. But if you don't, if you got the original steering wheels, you can see these are the original bolts for this. So it's the same thing. You'll just remove it, unscrew all those, and then like I said earlier, these two blue wires are connected in behind this for these two buttons. So here we go. If you guys are wondering how I have an aftermarket steering wheel and this little aluminum piece, I highly recommend looking up Chili Coke. It's a username. He's on YouTube. He makes a lot of racing videos with Gran Turismo and stuff. He actually made a bunch of these, so I highly recommend checking him out. So as I mentioned earlier, if you have the original steering wheel like this, these Allen screw thingies will just be in there. They'll be screwed in. And these two blue connections will be hooked up. I believe it was in behind here, I forgot. Or it's actually in here, I think. But yeah, you just take that, loosen the wheel off, take these off, and you're done. So now we gotta remove this little guy. So let's take a Phillips screwdriver, loosen this up. Careful not to lose any of the screws. Yeah, those blue connections on the original steering wheel, they're mounted on this little circuit board right in there. Okay, so once you got that taken care of, you're gonna remove all this. Actually, you're gonna remove these three, because these little ones just remove these paddle shifters. So once you get that, this should be loose, like so. Perfect. Now, you could have disconnected this earlier, but I disconnected now, so you may want to use needle nose pliers, but I don't really have much luck with that. I'm just gonna lift up and down, wiggle it out a little bit. Okay, so you can gently pull this out. There we go. So now we're going to loosen up all these screws, these deep holes. Now, I think you may need a smaller Phillips screwdriver for this one. Let's try it out. I forgot. Yeah. Alright. Alright. And now we're just gonna pop this off. Come on. There we go. Now this is what it looks like inside a Logitech G25. For those of you who are doing this in order to, I don't know, maybe you just want to take a look inside, but I'm doing this in order to replace a little plastic piece that tends to break, or at least so I've heard, on this motor right here. Right in here, I don't know if you can see that. Underneath this plastic part on this motor, left side of the motor, if the, if your steering wheel's here, it's on the left side. This right here, underneath this little plastic cap, pull that off and there is a little disc and it usually cracks. So once you got the cover off, this is pretty much it. This is how it looks like inside. Now if you want to go to the next step, I'm going to make another video, but I'll summarize it. You just loosen up these screws, remove all these connections, and then you'll have access to the motor. So, but I'm going to move on to the next step. So if you want to know how to do that, check out the next video. I'll leave a video response in the description below.